Hi everyone, welcome to a new video. In this video, I'm going to discuss another Leetcode problem, and this problem is based on string. Okay, so the question is Buddy string. So now let's see what this question is saying to us. Given two strings S and goal, return true if you can swap two letters in S, so the result is equals to goal. Okay, otherwise return false. Swapping letters is defined as taking two indices I and j, zero index such as I not equals to j, and swapping the characters at s of I and s of j. For example, swapping at indices 0 and 2 is a, b, c, d. The result is c, b, a, d. How? Like you have to swap zeroth index position element and second index position element. Okay, so zeroth index position element is A and 0, 1, 2. So C is a second index position element. You have to do swapping between these two elements. So after swapping, C will be the zeroth index position element and A will be second index position element, right? So you can see the same in this resultant string also. Okay, so C is now zeroth index position and A is now second index position. Okay, so I think it's clear. So for better understanding, let's go through some examples as well. Okay, so first example, input S equals to AB and goal is BA. So you have to do the swapping in which string? You have to do the swapping in S string. Like you can see the same in here also, like you can swap two letters in S, so the result is equals to goal. So you have to A string, you have to do the swapping and make this equal with goal. Okay, so here S equals to AB. Now you have to do the swapping and you can only swap only two elements, right? That is also present in the question also, right? Like you can swap two letters, right? So in this string you have only two letters A and B. You can just swap B in zeroth index position and A in first index position. Then it will automatically will be BA. Like you can see the same explanation in here also. Like you can swap S of 0 equals to A and S of 1 equals to B to get BA, which is equal with goal. That's why the answer or the output is true. Okay, means in A string you have to do swapping and you can only do swapping for two times only. Okay, swapping you have to check whether that string is become equal with goal or not. If it will become equal with goal, then you can easily return true, otherwise you have to return false. Okay, so now let's see second example also. So as you can see here, A is AB and goal is AB. As you can see, these two strings is already are equal, right? But in the question you have to return true only when you can swap two letters in S, so the result is equal with goal. But it is already equal with goal, so you cannot just swap and you can just make this equal, right? Means if you want to swap these two elements, then it will become, means if you want to swap two elements, like it will be now BA, right? Because in this thing you have only two letters and you have only one way of swapping it. It will become AB to BA only, right? There is no any other possibilities. So if you swap, then it will not equal with goal, right? So that's why it will become false. Okay, you can see the same explanation here also. Like the only letter you can swap are S of 0 is equals to A and S of 1 equals to B, which results in BA not equals to goal. Okay, so after swapping only you can check the whether that two strings are equal or not. Means you have to do swapping in A string. After swapping you can check that two strings are equal or not. Okay, so and only two times you can do the swapping. Okay, these 2 points you have to remember. Okay, let's see example 3 also. Okay, so a is equals to aa and goal equals to aa. Okay, and it will give you output true. Why so? Like you can swap s of 0 a and s of 1 a to get aa, which is equal to goal. So like the thing is, even though you swap it, it will become AA only because there are two characters there, they are equal. So after swapping, it will become same, right? And also goal is AA. So you swap, after swapping, it will still become AA only. So that's why you can return true only. Okay. So now, so from these three examples, we get 2-3 points that is clear to you. Like first point is that you can have to do swapping. Okay, after swapping you can check only for the strings are equal or not. Okay, second, you can do only 2 times swapping. That's why if s and goal are not equal, then we will check is there any two index positions, total 2 index positions, okay, present or not. If present, then we will cross check that 2 index position are index position elements are same or not. How you will get it better when I will solve this problem. Okay, so this is the second point. Third point is that if two strings are totally equal, then we will check that particular a string or like goal string, because they are equal, right? You can check for any one string and you can check that is there any elements present that occurrences is greater than or equals to 2. Why so? Because you can do only 2 times swapping, right? If there any element is present that is occurrences more than 2 times, you can just swap that 2 elements. Now it don't affect that particular string, right? Like suppose you have one string like AABC, okay, and your goal is also AABC. So you only need to check for any one string, is there any element is present that the occurrence of the particular element is greater than 2 times, then you can only just swap that 2 elements only, right? Like after swapping this AA means the 0th index position element, you can move to first index position, and first index position element you can move to 0th index position, right? It won't affect that particular string. Okay, so these 3 cases you have to consider while you are solving this problem. If you did not get it perfectly, then that is totally fine. Now I will solve this problem, then you will definitely get it better. Okay, so now let's see how we can solve. So first point is that I will solve this problem in Java, but you can understand the logic and you can implement the same in any language. Okay, so the first I will take one count variable, okay, and this count variable I am taking to counting the swapping numbers. Okay, so two integers like A, B, C, D, okay, and your goal is, okay, sorry, goal is C, B, A, B, okay. So now you have to find out the which 2 index positions you can swap, right? Like you can swap 0th index position, right? So in that IDX1 I will put 0, and also you can swap C, right? So in IDX2 I will put which number? 2, right? Because after swapping these 2 index positions you can easily get this goal string. Okay, I think you get it, right? So if you have still you have any doubts, you can definitely ask in the comment section. Okay, so These two things you have to know. And now we will start our logic. So first we will check s to string is, if somehow is not equal, then we can easily just send that false. Okay, if they are not same in their length, then how even we can make the two strings equal, right? So we can just definitely return false. Okay, so next what we will do, next we need one for loop for traversing a string. Okay, and to find out the two index positions where we can do the swapping. Okay, so if is dot caret of I is not equals to goal dot caret of I, then what we will do now, if we will check if count is equals to 0, then we will increment our count because we got one index position. Okay, we got one index position there, that two characters, that particular index position two characters are not same. Like how we are doing it, like suppose this is our S. Okay, this is our S, right? So in S your first index position element is A, and our goal index position element, first index position element is C. So now these two characters are not same. So now you have to save this IDX one, this I element, and what it will show, it will store 0 only, right? Because now I is 0. Okay, now and we are incrementing our count variable, like as I have told you, this count variable I am using to counting the swapping numbers. So how many times we can do the swapping? Only 2 times. Okay, so this is for the first time. Second time, now it will, the index position will be first index position. So first index position elements are totally same, right? BB, right? So now it won't, this if condition won't satisfied, second index position element is C. So now this again, this if condition will become true. Okay, so now that second mismatch element index position I will save in IDX 2. Okay, so now I will check if our count is equals to 1, like as in the previous case I have incremented this count variable, right? So if it is equals to 1, okay, just a second. If equals to 1, then we will just increment our count variable, and in IDX 2 we will store I. IDX 2, which index position we will store in? We will store second index position, right? Because we get one mismatch in second index position, right? That's why now it will get satisfied. Else, suppose again I got another index position element, that mismatch is happening. Okay, suppose like for this case it's fine, but suppose you get another mismatch, right? Now your count variable will be 2, but we cannot do swapping more than 2 times, right? So then we will return only false. Okay, I think it's clear. Like if I am checking count is equals to 1, okay, it's fine. Somehow count is equals to 2, means more than 1. More than 1 means you get mismatch more than 2 times. But more than 2 times you will get mismatch, you cannot do the swapping, because you can do the swapping only for 2 times, right? So that's why in that case we will simply return false. Okay, so after this for loop you will get 2 index positions, and IDX 1 and you will get IDX 2, and in IDX 1 you will get 0. If I am taking this as an example, right, this this I am taking as an example, then you will get idx1 equals to 0 and idx2 equals to 2, because in these two index positions you get a mismatch. Now your two strings are totally equal. Then what I have said, that check in that particular two string is there any element present that which occurrences is more than 2 times. Okay, then we can simply swap the two elements, right, easily. So now I need to calculate the occurrences, right? So hash map, and now for thing, now you can just see char c s dot char, because these s and goal are now equal, right? So you can use s or goal, which one you want you can choose. Okay, so s dot, I'll check if, so first I need to check one thing, if s dot is, okay, okay. So now what I'll check, integer I hm dot values. So what this method will give you, it will give you all the values of the particular hash map. Okay, and then I'll check if I is greater than or equals to 2, means there present some element present that occurrences is more than 2 times, then we can just simply return true. Okay, right? So now what next we'll do, this will happen if your string are not equal, and this will happen when your string are equal. Okay, we'll do okay, suppose your two strings are not equal, then what I have said now, that okay, is to this index position element should be equal with, did you get it? Why I have written it? Because if you see, this a is equal with this a, right? So your index position element of 1 is 0. Okay, so this 0 position element of s, this 0's index position element of s is a. Okay, and that should be equal with goal of second index position element, right? As you can see here also now, right? That should be equal. That's why you have find out two index position, then only you can swap. Otherwise how you can swap? And also like s of second index position element, and what is the second index position element is c, right? That should be equal with goal of 0, right? Goal of 0. Goal of 0 means idx1. So here I can replace this with idx1, and here I can replace with this idx1, and here I can replace it with idx2. Okay, and here I can replace idx2, right? Idx2, then only you can do the swapping, right? I think you got my point. Okay, so yeah, so now we'll check the same here also. These two conditions is clear to you. Suppose cold is also a. Okay, this cold first element is also a, so they are not equal. This s and this cold are not equal, right? So this for loop will execute, right? So for first position, this if block will not execute. Okay, for second one it won't execute. Okay, only for the third element, means the second index position element, it will execute, and it will store that particular index position in idx1. Okay, and for the fourth element also it won't get execute. It means that for idx, okay, for idx2, which value we have? we have only -1, and obviously if you like use this -1 in this caret method, it will give you exception to avoid that exception also, right? So now we will use that concept, like if IDX1 is greater than equals to 0, and okay, and that should be satisfied, okay, and then only we can return, what we can return, we can return true. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. Okay, so now let's run this code and let's see what happened. Okay, missing return statement. Okay, otherwise if these two condition is satisfied or like attained, we can just return false. Okay, so now let's run this code. Correct or not? Okay, just a second. Case 2 is not satisfied. Okay, it is giving you true. Okay, I need to check this case also. There should not the case. Here you have to put key value actually, and here it will be 0. Like 0 is the default value and C is the key. Okay, so now if you run this code, I think it should work. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I made the mistake in this method only, so I just explaining this method also. Like you know this hm.put method, right? Put method used to add the element in a hash map. Okay, so hm.get default method, what it will do, this key value, it will fetch the element of that particular key. Suppose your s is like a, so for this character it will find out the value for that a. Okay, okay, suppose I am taking here one example like AABB. Okay, so suppose for the first time this folder will execute and it will find out the value of the particular character A. Okay, so it won't get any value, then by default it will give you 0. Okay, this is the default value it will give you, and we are just adding whatever value it will return, we are just adding +1. So for the first time it will be, for A it will be 1. Okay, and second time you have again A, right? Now for the second time when this for loop will execute for this second A, so now this creator default value won't give you this default value 0. Now it will give you the value that you have already stored for that particular key, and means it will give you this 1 because previously you have stored for a key value, you have stored 1. Now this get or default value will give you 1 and you are just adding +1 with it. Okay, so now it will be 2. Same word character, this for loop will execute, and now this hm.get.default value will give you this default value because this b key value is not stored in our hash map. So that's why it will give you the default value 0 and we are just adding +1. Okay, so now for the first time for B we will get 1, and for the second time, so for the last element, again this folder will execute, and now hm.get.default value will give you 1 because previously we have stored 1 for B key value. So it won't give you this 0. This default value it won't give you, it will give you 1 that is already stored in our hash map, and we are just adding +1 with it. So now it will be 2. So as you can see, this way we can calculate the occurrence of that particular character. Okay, like this way you can calculate the A is occurring 2 times, B is occurring 2 times. You can easily calculate the occurrences of the characters, right? That's why I have used this method. So I made the mistake in this method only, nothing else. So yeah, so now just submit this code and let's see what happened. Yeah, it's executed, so and it is also accepted. If you have any doubts, you can definitely ask him in the comment section. Although it seems little big solution, but the solution is really easy, as I have explained you line by line. If you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me.